Hi, and welcome back to Your Autism Game Plan. I'm Joya Vanderlaan, a family nurse practitioner, a functional medicine specialist, and an autism mom. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about fish oils. I get a lot of questions about, can fish oils help my child with autism? The short answer is yes, but there's a few details that you ought to know. So in this video, I'll cover a few of those details. A lot of our kids with autism do struggle with inflammation for various reasons. Now, fish oils are something that really can help quell or put out that fire of inflammation. Not by themselves, but of course with diet and with other interventions, we can certainly help to quell or decrease the inflammation in our autistic children, especially when it comes to inflammation of the brain that affects things like neurotransmitter function, so mood and sleep and focus, concentration, irritability, all sorts of things. So we really want to address any inflammation that exists in our children. The other thing that these essential fatty acids do is build and maintain a healthy cell membrane. So if you remember back to probably high school biology, you'll remember that our cells are made up of a phospholipid bilayer. In other words, the tails kind of are drawn towards each other, and then the heads, the circles, are towards the outside, both the outside of the cell and the inside. What happens is then those are lipids. It's a phospholipid bilayer, and that makes up the membrane of our cells. What happens is there are receptors and channels and different things embedded into our cell membrane that are really important for things like hormonal communication, getting various items from outside the cell in and from inside the cell out. We really need a healthy cell membrane in order to have all these things functioning properly. When we don't have enough fatty acids, we cannot build a healthy cell membrane. And so a lot of those processes then are not happening, or are not happening as they should, maybe as fast as they should, as well as they should. And so again, we really want to make sure that our children are getting good amounts of these essential fatty acids for building that nice cell membrane. One little tricky thing about fish oils is that about 4% of children with autism will actually get a little worse after a couple weeks on fish oils. So it's a small amount of kids, but if you're watching this, you may have one of those small amount, those 4% of children with autism. Their symptoms can seem to get a little worse over a 1 to 2 week period after starting fish oils. If that's your child, it is quite likely that they are carnitine deficient. And so in that case, supplementing with carnitine, about 500 milligrams per day, working your way up slowly from about 100, has very often been the solution to the intolerance of fish oils. So again, carnitine is really involved in the metabolism and the processing of fish oils. And so if your child is deficient in carnitine, when they take fish oils, they may get worse. So there's that connection there between fish oils and carnitine. I will often get asked can B12 cure my child? Can fish oils cure my child? Can, whatever else, can it cure my child? It's so complicated with our kids, right? And fish oil is one of those things that definitely can help our kids with autism, but I would never say that I would expect a child with autism to be cured by fish oils or cured by B12. Can it improve certain symptoms? Speech, irritability, general levels of inflammation then, which can translate to all sorts of improvements. Can it do that? Yes. Is it the only piece of the puzzle? No. Make sure you look out for my course on the 5 essentials that you need to start with before you do any other more complicated things. That'll be coming out in the next month or so. There, I'll give you a very clear pathway to what to do first and next and how to do it. I understand that this is an overwhelming and very, very confusing process trying to help our kids, and also a very desperate and fear-filled process. And so the purpose of this course is to help you, guide you with specifics on this journey with your child. A couple quick product recommendations, ones that I've used and are tolerated really well by children, are the Designs for Health brand Omega Vale smoothie, which comes in three or four different flavors, all of which taste delicious. It is a creamy type of gel liquid almost that you can just put on a spoon. Your child can take it right off the spoon, no need to mix it even with anything. And then Balance Oil by Body Bio is a liquid. It also comes in gel caps, but I usually prefer, and patients usually are preferring the liquid because it's so easily mixed with just about anything else. So those two are my top recommendations for essential fatty acids. Once again, thanks for being with me. I hope you've learned something today, and remember, be gentle with yourself. You're doing a great job.